Hello, hello, hello. It's Anne Lewis, your independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, based on the Sunshine Coast here in Queensland, Australia. Whew, what a day. I'll explain what's happened, and I'm probably going to get a visitor in a second. My pussycat, sorry, as you see, I'll just relocate her. She's not good at being relocated. Sorry about that. Thanks so much for joining me today. Just throw me up here. In this step-by-step video, I'm going to be showcasing how to create a card, which I've actually cased from Stampin' Up. And it's full of layers, but easy layers. And I will apologise, I've got asthma and I'm struggling with it a little bit. So each of the products that I'm showcasing tonight, except for one, and I'll explain which one that is available from my online store. This card is full of tips, techniques, little easy techniques that you're going to love to make your card making easier. Now, what makes this project even better is that you can use your own products, so your own designer series paper, die cuts, whatever, to make a similar card. It won't be the same, but it'll be your card and be similar. Let me know where you're watching from and what you actually enjoy about tonight. I really do apologise. I didn't think I would be as short of breath as I actually am. And I'll throw you back down to my desk, and you will laugh because I have made about 4 projects this afternoon. None of them did I end up using, wholly and solely because everyone hit a bit of a hurdle. The first card that I did, which I was going to showcase because I love it, and I don't know whether you can see this, it's basically got some texture. And I love this card. It's so easy to make, and you could use your own supplies. Now, if you just wait a minute, I'm just getting my ruler out, not to hit the cat, just to shift the cat along. Go on, little Kiko. Would never hit the cat. But then, as I went to put all the details in, I realised that the designer series paper that I had used was actually retired. Now, who have we got here? Hi, Glenda. Hi, Gail. Hi, Sharon. And that noise you hear in the background is Kiko in one of my project boxes, finding things to play with, which I may just have to relocate her. Come on. So I then decided to do another project, and I featured the Country Woods Designer Series paper. I made it, and then somewhere in my house I must have put the Country Woods paper down, and I have just spent all afternoon searching for it, and then I have just found it like 2 minutes before I went to air. However, being a crafter, I always have... Wait a minute. I've got to go. I've got to shift a pussycat. Go on. Hey, come on. Wait a minute. The ladies haven't seen you for ages, so we'll just... a really quick bye. I'm being a little naughty, so I'm being thrown out. I'll just put her outside. Sorry about that. Now we're here crying at the door, but that's okay. Sorry about that. And then I went to send a message to say that I was going live tonight, and my main computer wouldn't start up. So It's been one of those afternoons where I have kind of gone, oh my goodness, why am I doing a live? And then I realised because I enjoy them and I love talking to you ladies. And Sharon says, Kiko is so cute. She is. She's very wicked though. She's been sleeping through my previous lives, but today, because I went in ripping the place apart looking for that Country Woods Designer Series paper, she decided to come and join me. Okay, let's throw you back down to my craft desk and I'll show you this card. So I am featuring the Season of Green and Gold Specialty Designer Series paper. It's foil, beautiful foil, as you can see. So it's got a matte side with a pattern on it. I love this paper. I could just get this for Christmas and do so many things with it. So I am still looking forward to using it tonight. As I said, you can see how gorgeous this paper is. So it's mainly Old Olive, Mossy Meadow, and Gold. Let's bring this card back and let's get started. Now, hi Lynette, hi Chrissy. So I've got my card base here, which is 8.5 inches. 8.25 inches, sorry. I am really struggling. 8.25 inches by 5.5 inches. And I'm just going to score it at 4 1/8 inches. Gail has just commented that it's beautiful paper. It is amazing paper and so versatile. For those that have purchased from me in the last 12 months, you'll be getting a copy of the new catalogue, the Christmas holiday catalogue, which will then be coming out to you complimentary. So now, as I said, this has all kind of come together at the last minute, so I'll have to measure my pieces. So this piece of the Designer Series paper, and it is 5 1/4 inches by 3 7/8 inches. So I can actually put that one down. Sorry. Now I did this as a class a couple of weeks ago. Here's what I already had it cut out. So normally I would layer this all together at the end, but I'm going to layer it up so you can see this piece is very vanilla. So the card base was very vanilla as well. So it's 4 inches by 2 5/8. I've got a bit of die cutting to do and got a few little tricks. And some of the tricks you might have seen previously, but I'm doing it a little differently tonight. So I've just glued that down. Now, I want to do these vellum leaves here, which I've already cut out, and they come from a different stuff from that Putty Cats. I'm just looking for the paper. Comes from the Graceful Greenery vellum, which is also an online exclusive. and it's got some gorgeous papers in it. Now, it coordinates perfectly with the green and gold DSP. So this is just some of the vellum that comes with it. Also comes with this, with which the die is actually cut out. Again, the die is cut out. So I'm hoping you can see how translucent this is. It is absolutely gorgeous. I'm just going to put that out of the way. Now, so I've already die cut those. And I'll just show you a quick trick. Alright. So that's the die cut. Now, to be honest, I love this vellum, the plain vellum in this so much. It's got a bit of a texture. Let's see if I can just show this to you. I'm hoping you can just see that texture. So it's got kind of like a, I don't know, spotted print on it. Which just gives it a little bit more jump. So, but I want to have two pieces, one here, one there, but I didn't want to use too much of it up because I want to use it for a lot of other cards. So what I've done is, I'm looking for my scissors, which have warped. Everything's warped today. Here we go. So all I'm going to do is cut this basically down the centre. If I do it carefully, nobody will ever know. And I always just make sure. So there's one piece, which is that piece down there, as you can see. And then this is the other piece. Now I'll show you the dies that I've used to cut this out. So as you see now, but I've got this little, where's my piece of paper here? So I've got those little pieces there. They look ugly, so I want to trim them off so nobody will guess what I've done. So now that die has gone two ways. Now I don't need that really long stem either. It will just get me into trouble. So there's my two vellum pieces here. So that was really easy. As I said, I've die cut them out. But I'll show you what the dies look like. So these are called the golden greenery dies. And the vellum die that I used was this one here. So it's quite a large die, so it's perfect to be able to cut it down to make those two pieces. And I'm also going to be using this die. This is the die also. There's quite a few dies here that will cut out the images in that paper. And I showcase this on my so I'll just show you. I haven't even tried that there, but you can see it'll cut the bevel out. Now also, where are we? So this paper here, it will cut out. Where are we? It will cut out. I need to put that back. It will cut out this piece here. Will cut out these dies, these images here. You can see that. And this one here will cut out those. So if you don't want to stamp, it's not working. Why is that not working? Because it's not the right one, I'm assuming. Because that's the right one now. So if you can, see that, you can see how useful this paper is and how the dies just make it even better. As I said, if you don't want to do stamping, this is a really good designer series paper that goes with those dies. Now, let's just slide that away so I don't get into any issues. Now, I want to do these two leaf sprays. And I've got a little hint for that. So I have already die cut two out. Now, I've die cut them. Now, just have a look. I've done this on Very Vanilla. But I die cut these out, and I also die cut two of the Very Vanilla out. So I can just drop these in those. I mean, I could just have one space here. Now, if you're going to use this technique, then you'll understand that this is easier when you do it yourself. But you need a darker background. Don't do it with the Very Vanilla. It's too hard to line up the stamps. But if you see what I'm about to do. So I've grabbed the stamp sets from the Golden Greenery. So I'm using this one and that one. And I'm using Mossy Meadow for the highlight and the Old Olive for the first layer. So two-step stamping. Now, if you're making lots of these cards, this is the perfect technique. So I'm making sure I've got the Old Olive. I do. Now, it's always a little harder for me to line up because I can't get over anything with the camera and the lights in the way. But let's just layer this down. Whoops. It's very dark. That's Old Olive. It's a little darker. Then I can do this one. Now these never, how Stampin' Up do their two-step stamping. There's always enough, I suppose, room for you to be slightly off and nobody will notice. They're so flexible, these stamps. So I've done the Old Olive. It's a very dark Old Olive. I've just ringed that. And then I'm just going to add the highlights. Hi Judy, how are you? Yes, I've got asthma and I'm struggling a little bit. So this is the Mossy Meadow. You see, it just adds. It's a little darker than that first one because I hadn't re-inked it. See how easy that is. You can see how the two tones is there. So I'll just throw that away. Not throw it away permanently. I'll keep that because every time I use that die, I can actually do it this way. So simple. So I've already done these pieces now. I've done the vellum. Now I'm going to die cut two little tags. So this tag here in the Mossy Meadow and the Old Olive. Before I do that, let's get rid of some of these ink pads. After today's efforts, I think it could go very pear-shaped. So I've got my little mini cut and emboss machine. Got my plates here because these are such small, skinny dies. So this is using from that suite, Greetings of the Season. Oh no, it's not. It's actually in the new catalogue. Oh no, it's an online exclusive. I am right. So the first one I'm going to do is, as you see, I have one that I've cut on a fair bit and one that I've kept clean so that you can see what I'm doing. Now I'm going to remove my paper so it doesn't slide all over the place. Sure you can still see me. So this is the old olive sheet, which I've got this piece here. And just cut it down so it will actually fit through the mini, which I think is just over 3 inches. So let's go. Now I was using the bigger one, I could put both of these dies through together, but I won't. Oh, I've got the wrong platform. I didn't pay attention, did I? Sorry, everyone. Let's use this one. All right, so I'm going to, if you're not used to using the mini cut and emboss machine, I layer these back just a bit so they go through easily. Oops, sorry. I know I'm shaking the camera a little bit. So here we go. So this is a really nice die. It's got really nice stitching around it. And then I'm also going to just put that there. I'm also going to here with this piece here, I'm going to die cut one of these, also from that same die set. What would I call it? It's not it. Greetings of the Season. So really what this is about is adding layers to add richness to this card. If I didn't have all those layers, it wouldn't look as rich and full of interest that it is. So here we go. So this one doesn't have stitching. And I'll just show you these because I have used these an awful lot, and if I'm using dyes an awful lot, it means that there's a lot of value in them and they're very versatile. I'm going to put these away so I don't lose them after today's effort. So let's get going and put this card together. Now it's a really simple process. And it's a really simple process, except I've lost my card. Here we go. I'll bring the paper back so you can see what I'm doing. It's certainly a lot easier if you've got a silicone mat or a drawer liner to die cut. So this is my tag here. So I'm just going to stamp in Mossy Meadow, which is here. Now I've used for this one of my favourite stamp sets ever. It's retired, I know. It's got Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. It was the perfect size for this. There are other ones in the new catalogue that will be perfect as well. But I just wanted to show you that I still use some of my older stamps. This would be, I don't know, probably 6 years old. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to straighten it up a little bit. So I'll just stamp this down. It stamps really well. As you see, why I've kept it. But it's always nice to go back and revisit some of our old stamps because there's some absolute gems in there. Okay, so this is going to go down, lay down next, and I've laid it flat. Now what I have done is made the tail end hang off this side. I'm just going to glue that down. And this just hangs over just a smidgen off the edge on there. I don't want it to hang over too much. And I've got it just about 2/3. But I want that hole not half on, half off. I want it completely on. Oh, I probably want that a little higher. There we go. Now everything gets layered on. This is a little darker than my original. It's the difference that re-inking a stamp set can actually make. So that's sometimes where you see that colour difference between your projects and someone else, even though you've been using. I just want to sit that down so I get an idea of where I'm putting these in. Now I'm just using multi-purpose glue. I'm not going to pop this up. There are other layers on this. I'm just putting it up into the corner. Exactly what Chrissy's saying, she did the wrong sandwich just like me. I just want these at a similar angle. I'm sorry. Oh dear. So these are then my next layers down. So I've just basically got the two vellum ones going to corners and the two stamp ones doing exactly the same. Now, the way I stuck this down was still with multi-purpose glue. I didn't use glue dots, which I normally would, but it just seemed to work really well with this. And I do have that extra tag that will just hold this down, except this is the bottom one. So I want to put that up there. So I'm not putting a lot of glue on, and just making sure that it's going to be secured. Whoops. Enough. Sorry, I'm a bit slow tonight. Be secured enough that it's not going to move. So you can see that's going to hide, I won't say the mess, but where all the workings are. So I'm going to pop this up to add a little bit of texture. I've got some here we go. Pop this up. No, I've actually done this a little different than what I did the original, but that's okay. No two cards need to be the same. Now I could have put it, my goodness, and I could have put a ribbon through here or a little bit of twine, but I decided to choose these gorgeous berries, which I'll just show you the. So I've basically got this right in the centre of that very vanilla piece. So there we go. And I should have here, which I do, some cherry cobbler and pearl adhesive backed berries. They're also an online exclusive part of this suite. And I have to say I've fallen in love with these, and I'm going to order some more. Just looking for my pokey tool. So these peel, the three ones peel off altogether, so I don't want that hole there. So I'm just going to place that down. So that's, I've just got to decorate the inside of the card and the envelope. Now on the inside, I just used, where are those stamps? put them out of the way so that I wouldn't get ink on them. There's one. It's a little hard. I just started this project like at, oh, here it is over here. So I want to do exactly the same. Just put a leaf pattern on the corner. Now remember I said that my old olive was a little dark. So I'm going to take a little bit of colour off just by stamping it off. Don't want to press too hard. Just do that. You'll see it's a lot lighter. Then I'll grab the old Mossy Meadow and add the texture or the highlight, whatever you'd like to call it. So it really is, whilst it's got a few layers, it is a simple card. There's nothing complex about how you're going to do it. Now I've got another stamp on the inside, which is saying celebrate the season, which I think is out. It's out of exactly that, the itty bitty Christmas stamp set. As I said, it is retired, but you might have it in your stash. It's just full of these great sentiments that are so useful. There we go. So it stamps beautifully. Okay, so there's the card. Now let's just do the envelope. I've kept it really simple, but I will do, I like how I say that, kept it really simple, but I'm overdoing this a little bit. So I'm inking it up with old olive. I'm going to stamp it off again. It's not real even. Stamp it off just a bit. Go in the corner. So on this, oh, that didn't work real well. Let's see how we go. I can normally line them up pretty well. Right. Now when I add it's not perfect, but when I add the Mossy Meadow ink, you won't even notice that. In fact, I have 3 steps stamped it. Here we go. There we go. So it still works. But I'm going to just decorate the back of the envelope flap. I know. Very simply, I'm going to add the adhesive just around the edge, not a lot, because I don't want it to squish out everywhere. I don't want everyone yelling at me about the amount of glue that I sometimes use. Just used enough to hold it down. You can see the flap fold is just there. So I will slide it right up to the fold, but certainly not over the fold. Now this piece here, grab my bone folder, just to squish that down, and use the template of the flap. Now I always pick, to decorate my envelopes, dare I say, my least favourite design. Now it was a little hard with this paper because I loved it all, but this was my least favourite. As I said, I love this no matter how, but I could have used either side as well. So there we go. So as you see, the card comes together, and it's just nice because of all the layers and the little bit of bling I've added. So you can step up your cards. You can. They don't have to be using difficult techniques, but if you layer them, they'll then look really rich. Gail's saying I always stamp my envelopes. So now there's a couple of things to let you know that we have designer series paper on sale. None of our specialty designer series paper that's available from our annual catalogue is available at 15% off this month. So there's some of my favourites, which I've now found, as you see, the Country Woods. This is 15% off. Some of my very favourites from the annual catalogue are on discount, so that's pretty special. If you've got a bonus day coupon, now's the time to use it before at the end of August. If you would like me to be your demonstrator and would like a catalogue, send me a message. There's a few links around where you can just sign up. If not, I'll send you a link. And I've got a class this Sunday where I'm doing, where are my cards? I've got these gorgeous cards here, basically featuring easy step cards. So this is one. Oh, how did we get to 2? How did that happen? It's it's a step card. So there's one step card. Also got a masculine step card, and there's a third card as well. So they're easy step cards. They may not look easy, but they certainly are. So I've got another 2 days before that closes. So send me a message. Prepayment will be required to reserve your spot. Thanks, everybody. Really appreciate. Thank you, Gail. I don't know why that actually happened. Sometimes there's glitches, and after today, it doesn't surprise me that there's a glitch. I'll throw back to me. Okay, thanks, everybody. Thanks very much for your patience. I know it was a little hard listening to me today. And hopefully by next week, I will be back full of beans and ready to go. Thanks, everybody. Have a fabulous week, and I hope you get some crafting done this week. Bye for now.